When was the last time you cleaned your airbrush? It's time. Let's clean it. I was working with a client this morning and it got me thinking, I don't think I've ever talked about airbrush makeup much. And so let me show you the operation behind airbrush makeup versus hand applied. And obviously hand applied is thus by hand. I use two airbrush systems. I have a Dinair airbrush and then I also have an Iwata airbrush system. But today we're going to be cleaning the Dinair one. And this is just a quick clean. Everyone has their way of doing it, so do not come for me in the comments. I love using water-based as well as silicone-based foundations. I have the Dinair, I've got Ket water base in my kit, and also Temp 2 silicone base. I really love all three of these formulas. For cleaner, I use Temp 2 Pro. This is their silicone based airbrush cleaner. This is my go-to cleaner. And then I use a 99% alcohol. This one I love because it just dries instantly. Gotta lube up. I will use super lube. If you don't have any professional airbrush lubrication, you can use petroleum jelly, you can use Vaseline. I'm going to use a pair of tweezers and let's get started. What I do is I unscrew the back end first, then the golden nugget. You want to undo that little guy. And then I also do the front here. Take that out. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but there is a needle. That is my actual airbrush needle. If you see the tip of it, you can also see it in the back there too. So you have to be extremely careful pulling out this needle because this is essential to your airbrush system working properly. Then you just want to take it to like a paper towel or a soft cloth and just gently wipe it like this. You do not want to bend it. It is so fine and thin. You can easily bend it and then it will not fit back into your system again. So I'm using the word system versus pew pew, so I don't get a violation. Okay, Temp 2 cleanser. Just put it right in the well. To apply the alcohol. And I've previously cleaned this machine, so these are my old dirty Q-tips. These are the old dirty Q-tips, so you can see it needed a good cleaning. Now you can gently brush up on the tip because the needle is not in the system. Then I'll run it with some water. And again with the Q-tip. To make sure everything is dry. Cynthia, she trained me about 10 years ago on airbrush and continuous training is facets of makeup. So cleaning is so essential, and do not bend the needle. There is a needle that goes inside of the airbrush, and I have to be careful not using the pew pew word because that's what these are called. But so you have to make sure that every bit of this is sparkling clean from makeup because that is what will clog your. You've got to make sure that it doesn't get rusty. You've got to make sure that your needle is in good shape. All my pieces, I am just laying them out. Just got done lubing them up. So I've removed the little front tab, the top tab. There's this with the coil. Ever so carefully, there's this little bitty part that is extremely important for the toggle switch to work. Lube, hydration, or moisture. Yeah, we said it. There we go. Cannot stand any of those words, but thus we said. And again, you can use Vaseline if you want. That will help. So I'm just going to put it right in here. And also Now that my needle is clean, I'm actually going to apply it straight to the needle as well, because this can get rusty and we do not want that. We want to prevent that from happening. Now we'll reassemble. This is the trickiest part, is this little guy. It actually has a little moving part there, and there's a little baby hole right inside of there that it has to nestle in, so you have to fish for it. Then with your tweezers, carefully pick up this little bit and put it in sideways, and then turn it like a key. And you want it to scoop towards the front of the nozzle. Then apply this bit that's got the coil right inside. Now you want to carefully feed the needle. Carefully feed the needle back inside. Ever so carefully. Put the golden piece back on. Add the back piece. And the front piece, but I'm going to bring the nozzle back to protect the needle. Screw that on. Store it. You want to properly store it. Now put the case on the top on the front to protect the needle, and then in its carrying case. So now it's ready for my next client.